Hello everyone and welcome to my favorite video of the year. If you don't know, every year on the anniversary of my channel I post kind of like an anniversary recap video where I share my stats, I share income, I share tips, and kind of give you guys like a realistic idea of YouTube growth and give you like behind the scenes of YouTube. And so I really like doing these videos because I feel like whenever I watch like YouTube tip videos or something like that, they're always like from really big creators, and so it's really cool for me to see like what goes on behind the scenes for the small YouTubers and what do I not know. So I really like doing this. This is my third year on YouTube. The last two videos I did were very similar where I share tips, and I really like it because you can see the growth from my channel. You can see the growth from my confidence and my camera presence, and I just think it's, I don't know, kind of fun that on the anniversary of my channel I get to talk a little bit about my thoughts and almost like even diaries. So if you are a small creator, keep on watching because I'm going to be sharing everything. I'm going to keep timestamps at the bottom so you can skip around to whatever you'd like. But yeah, before we get started, just a bit of backstory. So in case you guys are new, you don't know who I am and why I started my channel and all that stuff. So I posted my first video on December 29th, 2021. It was a video talking about the best free language learning resources and apps. And up until that point, I have always wanted to have a YouTube channel. I've always attempted but failed. I remember like back when I was like 12, 13, probably even earlier if I'm being honest, but I wanted to like make lifestyle videos and do like Q&As and do the whole bit, but I was always too scared. And also I think it's a blessing in disguise just because I was a child. I don't think children should be online like in this way. I know that if I were to have posts back then I would have regretted it because I am a very different person now and I would have been just super cringe, right? So I remember when I had my language learning video ready, it was like done for like a week, but I was just so scared to press upload. I don't know, like the thought just felt so terrifying. And what's funny is that my face wasn't even in that video. Like I was too scared, so I was like, you know what, it's fine, I'll just like show the resources, do a little voiceover and post it. And I think it's only like 5 minutes or so, but I remember I was like, you know what, I reviewed this footage so many times, just forget it, upload, and then I left it alone. And when they say that starting is the hardest part, they are so right, because after that I felt a lot more confident. I think my next video was maybe like a septum piercing video, I think. But yeah, I just kept going from there. I had no idea what direction I wanted to go in. I knew I wanted to do language and then maybe lifestyle, but within lifestyle I really did not know. So I was just posting, throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what was gonna stick and kind of just go from there. And it's very interesting because where my channel is now compared to back then is crazy different, which makes sense. Like it's been 3 years and I feel like I've changed as a person, my interests have changed, and being able to like look back and see my mindset versus now is really interesting because things just look a lot different. I now post more reading and writing videos. I'll talk a little bit more about like the direction of my channel and all that stuff a bit later. But what was crazy about me posting my first video was that that video ended up being the most viewed video on my channel to this day. Like right now, I think it's at 49,000 views, and that's kind of wild. And I feel like it's very symbolic in a lot of ways just because I was so scared. Like I was terrified. I second guessed myself so much, and just seeing like the views, the comments from that video just is like mind-boggling to me because I'm like, girl, you did that. People enjoy that video. People comment and thank you for that video. People find it helpful. You did that. You did something. And like, I was just so scared. If you take away anything from this video, it is to just start. You never know the power like one video holds. And that might sound a little bit dramatic, but like the things that you second guess and the things that you are not sure of, people are sure of. People know like, hey, this has been helpful for me. I want to subscribe to this person. And there's no point in like not posting because of the what ifs, because I was thinking about all these what ifs, but then now I have like 50,000 people watching that video, liking that video, commenting on that video. And if there's any video on my channel that I'm the most proud of, despite the quality, despite my nerves, is that video, because it just showed that like I did it and I did it scared. And something about that video is that it didn't take off right away. Like it took months before it started peaking and I was like, whoa, what is this video doing? So you won't always get like instant reward and videos won't like automatically like blow up, but the potential is there and you never know unless you try. And so even if you think that one video flopped, the cool thing about YouTube is that it can always pick up and like push out to all these people. So even if a video flops and you think it flops, just leave it up because you never know when it will just kind of take off. And might just be your most viewed video. Okay, so now we're gonna be talking about numbers, growth, money, stats, the whole bit. So if that's interesting, let's get into it. So I posted, like I said, December 29th, 2021. I was not very consistent whatsoever. I literally posted so many random videos, honestly, that were not even like connected to each other whatsoever. And I could go months without posting because I wasn't confident in when I had to post. So the growth was very, very slow in the beginning. On my first year anniversary, at the time of filming it, I had 223 subscribers, which is not very much, but very surprising considering how all over the place I was, the way my thumbnails look. It was definitely giving beginner. At my second year anniversary, December 2023, at the time of filming, I had 745 subscribers. So the gap was about 500 subscribers from the first year to the second year. And then currently, at the time of filming this, I have 1,818 subscribers. So from the second year to the third year, it's about 1,000 subscribers gained. And I'll put like a little screenshot of like all the dates from when I first started to when I hit my first 1,000 subscribers. I stopped counting like every 100th subscriber just because it was getting a little much, but I'm still gonna keep track of when I hit every 1,000th subscriber just because I feel like it's still interesting for growing purposes. But I have had very slow growth. I think a lot of things contribute to it, but I will say I think the main thing is that I don't have a strict niche. Like I post kind of what I want. There's definitely like themes and consistencies of the types of videos that I make, and I'm going to talk about that again later on because I have an all-encompassing theme that I want my channel to have. But for the most part, I don't have a very specific niche, or at least I didn't start out with a very specific niche. If you're starting your channel with a very specific niche, you're gonna have way faster growth, in my opinion. I just think that that's a really easy way to like grow, but I know that that's not really the direction that I wanted, especially because I love so many things and I love things in varying degrees. So like I really love languages, but I'm not always wanting to talk about it. I don't want to make videos about it every single week because I have so many other hobbies. I really like books. I love talking about books, but I don't want to make videos about books every single week. And so I know that if I were to have just settled down with a very specific niche, I would have had a lot more growth by now. But I don't want people to come to me and be like, Amina, the language girl, Amina, the book girl, Amina, the writer. Like I just want to like kind of be all those things, and I am kind of just relying on finding people who like similar things but also might like vibe with me as a person, just because I feel like in order for me to be doing this sustainably, I need to have flexibility, and it might take a hit in terms of subscribers, views, whatever, but I just know myself and I know that that's just what it is. In growth and getting the most amount of subscribers is not... I just got interrupted. What was I saying? I think pretty much that I just don't want to niche down when I have so many interests and not be able to have flexibility in talking about it, because when I am obsessed with something, I want to talk about it. I feel like if you look up the trends of my videos, I'll have like a chunk where I'm like talking about languages, a chunk where I'm talking about books, a chunk where I'm talking about writing, because I go through these like, I'm not gonna say phases because I'm always interested in all of them, but I have more to say about different topics at different times in my life. So yeah, anyways, back to the numbers. So this will be my 147th video. It's including shorts, so give or take whatever that is. And also currently I'm averaging about 300 to 700 views per video, so that's also something to know. And I just want to say that just because I feel like it's easy to compare channels, and there's nothing wrong necessarily with comparing if you're doing it for like research purposes. Like for example, I have no experience with like videography, film, anything like that. I learned all of this as I went. I don't have any fancy editing software. I did not have a viral video. I did not tell any friends or family. Well, I told my sister, but I did not tell very many people before I started my channel because I wanted to have very natural growth. And again, like I said, this is my 147th video. And let's say like you've been doing YouTube for 3 years, but this is like your third video. You're probably not gonna have as many subscribers unless you have like a viral moment. So I think it's just really important to like, if you're gonna compare, do it right. Like get all the numbers and facts and see where you lie. And if you are lacking in a certain skill, then fine tune those skills. If you don't have the exact equipment, maybe you can save up for some equipment. Take a course. I don't think that comparing is bad if you're trying to do it to like better yourself and know your gaps. So now let's talk about some money. So one thing that I think is really interesting about YouTube, and something that you guys may or may not know, is that you can start making money really soon. Like there's no certain amount of subscribers that you need to start making money. And so I'm gonna break down how much money I made, where it came from, and then also compare the last few years. So first year of YouTube, $0, 0 cents. second year of YouTube, I started doing affiliate links. And so I joined the Amazon affiliate program. Pretty much what that is, if you guys don't know, is that you can link things in your description box or wherever you want. Have a unique link, and if someone purchases an item through that link, then you will get a small commission. It doesn't add any more money to the person buying it. It's just that because they used your link, you'll get a commission. So what's also really cool about it is that, like, if I link like a book and you click on the link, maybe you didn't buy the book but you bought something else, I would still get a commission because you were still browsing with my link. And I think it works for up to like 48 hours. So if like the next day you go on Amazon and buy something, then I still would get a commission. So it doesn't hurt anyone to just put it in your description box. The barrier to entry is pretty low. What you have to do is sign up, and then I think you need to have 3 purchases in the first 3 months. It really did not take long, surprisingly, for me to hit those 3. And like, if you don't hit those 3, you could just sign up again. Like, it's not something where it's like, oh, if you don't do it right the first time, you are done. So anyways, second year I made $11 and something cents, but I know it was like $11 from affiliates from Amazon. Third year, my income expanded a little bit. Starting with, again, the Amazon affiliates, I made $19.78. They had a Amazon affiliate like recap for the year. I'll show you like my little screenshot of how much money I made, the clicks, how many orders, and then it said that the top pick was, I think, category of Kindle e-reader, which definitely adds up. So thank you for everyone who has purchased anything from my Amazon link. I'm now $20 richer. So this year, something new that I did was I accepted a gifting collab. So giftings are exactly what it sounds like. They'll give you products. Sometimes they just gift it to you and that's it. But in my case, it was gifting and then you talk about it, post about it, whatever. And so I did one this year and I really liked it. I liked the product and I enjoyed it. It was very seamless. Though I am now at the point where I don't think I would recommend doing it, and I don't know if I would do it anymore unless it is like a high ticket item. So unless they're sending me like a mattress and I really need a new mattress, unless they're sending me a couch and I really need a new couch, unless they're sending me on a trip, like I don't think I will really accept giftings anymore, just because it takes work and I feel like you need to be compensated for your work. No matter how small your channel is or whatnot, you are doing something and they're getting benefits, and all I'm getting is like one little bitty product, like when you're doing the work. So after that, I kind of denied any other gifting situations just because I don't think it's worth my time, and I don't want to devalue the market in accepting like giftings for like things that should be compensated. I don't like that idea of like, let's say like someone with similar stats, they say, hey, do you want to do this gifting? We'll gift you this if you talk to your audience, and they're like, I'll do it, but here's my rate. I don't like the idea of them being like, oh, we're not gonna pay you, and then they come to someone else and they take the gifting, and then it's kind of like normalizing that you shouldn't compensate creators. Anyways, maybe I'm going on a tangent, but yeah, no longer doing giftings unless it is worth it and it's gonna save me money. Like, I need a couch, give me a freaking couch, and I love the couch, then it's a win-win. Why did I wear a white shirt when I have like so much white behind me? Anyways. And then something new that I also did was UGC, and I've made a few $100s from doing that. I was hesitant about incorporating UGC into this section just because it is not dependent on followers or necessarily my channel at all, but I was reached out to by a company through my YouTube and they wouldn't have found me without my YouTube. So anyways, if you don't know what UGC is, UGC stands for user generated content, and it's pretty much like a sponsorship. Like, they send you products, they pay you to talk about the products, but instead of it being on your social media, your channel, your Instagram, your TikTok, it will be on their Instagram, their YouTube, their TikTok. So you're pretty much just creating the content for them to use. And so that's what I started doing in 2024. I remember I went all in the beginning of the year. I made a portfolio, I emailed some brands, and it paid off. I remember in the first week or 10 days, I emailed a brand, I got to work with the brand, they gave me money, and I was like, oh, this is really great. But throughout the rest of the year, I was not very consistent at all. I kind of would email people here and there, but the hard part is finding emails. The thing with UGC, and I can make a whole video on that, which maybe I will, but the thing with UGC is that it becomes more easy and passive. Not passive in like making money in your sleep, but passive in that like brands can email you and find you if you have a UGC YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. Like, if you don't put yourself out there, then brands can't find you. So it's not reliant on your follower count or your views because it's not going on your page. But if you don't have that, then you have to be the one reaching out and DMing and emailing, and it can be a lot of work. Anyways, like I said, I wanted to include it in my income just because I had a brand email me from my YouTube channel asking for like some UGC. So anyways, in total, I only did 2 this year. Maybe, hopefully, question mark, I can do more in the next year, but also I have some ideas of how I would like to make more income next year. But yeah, I only did 2, and in total I made $600 from that, which I feel like is very decent. Like, you should not be paid less than $100 for UGC, and I'm even talking like short form content. For one of the UGC collaborations, I did a Instagram reel video, and then another one I did a long form, like sit down 10-minute YouTube video. So UGC can vary between short form, long form, and I'm a long form girly, so I really like doing that. But I'm also not opposed to doing like reels and stuff like that, because it is, again, not going on my channel, and I don't know what it is about short form video and like posting on my social media that kind of like makes me nervous. I need to get over that. But anyways, in total, for all the money that I made $619.78. I did not do any sponsorships. Thing about sponsorships is that I really am picky. And I don't mean picky in like, oh, I'm only gonna work with a brand if I truly love them. That is true. I will only work with them if I really like their product. But I deny like a handful of sponsorships because of the things that they put in their contract. And I am like a contract girl. I'll talk about it in the next section. But like, if there's something in there that I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, I will go back and forth. If the price is not adding up, I will go back and forth, and I will deny it. I'll be like, you know what, this just ain't worth it. And so I've denied a handful just because I felt like they were trying my life. Definitely don't have a scarcity mentality when it comes to sponsorships, because there are so many brands out there. They be coming, they be going. Like, it's not that serious, and I don't think it's worth doing just because you're scared that you're not gonna get another opportunity like this. Opportunities will always be there, and if this isn't like a dream of a lifetime and you're not being paid properly, then don't take it. But it is kind of exciting because I am currently talking to a brand. I feel like we're like gonna go through with the sponsorship. We're now like talking about contracts and whatnot, so hopefully that will be my first sponsorship in 2025. But yeah, don't be desperate. I watched this thing with Adrienne Bailon, and she said, stay hungry but never thirsty. And I love that quote, because you know, you want to like grind or whatever, but don't be thirsty, y'all. Like, we don't have time for desperation. Okay, so now also in little section about equipment. Initially, my first year pretty much, I used my iPhone. I had the iPhone 10, and then I got the iPhone 13 Pro something, I don't know. And so I filmed on my phone. The first thing I ever bought for my channel was a tripod that I will link below. I really like this one because it comes with like a thing so you can put your phone on it, but then you can also put your camera on it. And I knew I was going to eventually upgrade to a camera, so I didn't want to have to buy a new tripod. So I will link that one down below. I think it was no more than $20. And then November 2023 on Black Friday, I got my first camera. It was a Sony ZV-1. I really love her. Her quality is crisp. She is cute. And I will also link my camera down below. I feel like it's a good beginner camera, and I've had no problems, but also I've been too scared to like tweak things. So what you're seeing is literally just the quality, the settings, everything that the camera out of the box. This is what happens when I turn it on. But maybe next year I can do some tweaking, because I need to see what this camera can do. Like, I don't know. I'm just not very tech savvy. And then also I have a few mics that I can also link below. I have one that it's like a tiny little cute one, and then I have like a handheld one that I use occasionally sometimes, so I can also link that below. But you really don't need to start at all with any type of equipment. Okay, so for things that I learned this year, one of my favorite sections, so many things. I learned so many things, and I need to also say, y'all, be sure to watch the video I did last year, the 2 years on YouTube anniversary one, because I talked so many tips on that video that are still relevant. But for this year in specific, one of the things I learned is that the amount of followers you have has nothing to do with how much money that you can make, or I guess like if you can make money, period. I've talked to people before who really think that like you need to have like 100,000 subscribers in order to make money, and I'm like, that is just so not true. Like, you're probably not gonna be like rich, but you can definitely make some side income. And also, majority of the time with social media, it's about engagement rate. Like, how many views are you getting? How many comments are you getting? How much likes are you getting? How's that in relation to your followers? Like, you have a close-knit community. A lot of brands like working with smaller creators because they have higher engagement rates. We have like a tighter community, and like trust is like better. That's something that larger creators lack. So I think trying to like calculate your engagement rate and see where you're at for that can be more helpful than being like, oh, I have 1,000 subscribers, so I'm not gonna like make a dime. That ain't true. Anyways, beyond that, I think it's also really helpful if you have YouTube friends, because then you guys can like share the tea, see how much money they're making and all that. So yeah, you do not have to have like so many subscribers to make a dime. Also, I learned what UGC was, which you literally need 0 followers to do. It just takes a lot of work work on the back end. You're gonna be your own like manager, your own lawyer, your own content creator. You're gonna be doing a lot. So that's something that's also a feasible way to make money on social media that has nothing to do with subscribers. So if that's something that's interesting to you, and if you want me to make a UGC video, just let me know, girl, because I will break it down. It'll be a very thorough video because I've learned so much. And also I want to like point out how lucrative it can also be. Like I made $600, but like I was not putting in very much effort. Like I did a lot of effort in the initial stages, but in terms of like pitching, I don't know how many people I even like pitched to. So like if you are willing to put in the work, girl, it's very, very possible. And like the key is to get long-term clients. Like you don't want to have to like pitch all the time. If you can find a brand or a company and they're like, hey, I really like your work, I want to have like a contract and you work with me for like 6 months, 1 year, like whatever, and have that consistent income, girl, you hit the jackpot. Also, something that I learned this year is that, girl, I love the business side of having my own brand, having my own business, having everything. I love contracts. I love negotiating. I love the whole bit. Like the things that I've learned in this year just about like how companies can really like screw you over if you don't know what you don't know, like mind-blowing. Ultimately, it comes down to knowing your worth, knowing how to read a contract, knowing certain words to look out for, knowing what you are eligible to be compensated for, knowing your rates. I feel like I can literally talk about this forever. Like I love the business side of this. Like send me a contract. If I have any YouTube friends watching this video, if you want to ever send me a contract just for fun, I would love to like read it, like point things out, be like, girl, they are trying to like have like exclusivity from you, you need to compensate for that. Girl, they're trying to reuse your video for advertisement, they need usage rights for that, they need to pay you for that. Girl, they're asking for unlimited revisions, you can give them one for free if you make a mistake, but other than that, they need to pay you for that. Like the things that I have learned, my brain has expanded beyond my wildest dreams. So I will be your lawyer. And I honestly, this made me kind of like curious to like taking like some classes. Anyways, I feel like I've talked about this enough. Y'all know I love the business side of things, and that's something that I learned this year that I did not have a single clue that I would be. Like you learn something about yourself all the time, and this is just one of the things that I'm just so passionate about. I have so much fun doing. And like just having this knowledge has saved me from like wasting my time, selling my soul away, because sometimes in these contracts they be sneaking in some like sneaky numbers, and I feel like if I ever do like video about like the business side, and like maybe it should be a freaking series at this point, but I will send like screenshots of parts of a contract that I was like, I don't like that, here's what I said instead, watch out for this language and whatever. If you're interested, I will do it. I will do it. And if you're not interested, maybe I'll even do it because I love this. Also, something that I realized is that I don't enjoy making monthly resets. Ain't that crazy? Like I used to do that all the time. Like that was my go-to video. And honestly, if I reflect and think about why, I think it's honestly because I just wasn't 100% in my channel, what my channel was going to be about. Because for the most part, like I was all over the place like we established before. And like once I started understanding exactly what I wanted to post, a monthly reset just seemed like a burden. It seemed something that was just taking away a space of a video that I really wanted to post instead. It was something that I was like losing passion in like talking about. I feel like there were probably a few of you guys who did enjoy them, and shoot, maybe I can do them ever so often, but not monthly anymore, I don't think. But like even the views were very inconsistent. Sometimes I would get like hundreds of views for them, sometimes I would get not even 100 views from them, and I was like, if y'all ain't feeling it, I'm not feeling it either. Like I feel like we need to like reevaluate, because I was not having fun doing it anymore. And I just felt like if I wasn't 100%, if I was iffy, then I might as well use that week to post something that I'm certain about. I think that could be also a tip in and of itself, is like if you aren't 100% sure in what you want your channel to be, have like monthly things, have series, so then you can always rely on them and be like, okay, even though I'm still trying to figure this out, at least I know every month I'm gonna make this type of video, I'm gonna make that type of video, so it makes it easier to like plan. Also, something that I learned is that I really love writing videos. I love talking about writing, I love writing. I rediscovered my love for writing if you're new here, but like adding that element to my channel has been really fun. I feel like in the past few months I realized the direction that I want my channel to be in. I realized what this mesh of stuff that is my channel, what I want the central theme to be about. And honestly, and I talked about this in a couple of videos ago, is that I want it to be about my passions. I want it to be a reflection of everything I like to do, and I want it to be a reminder for the audience that like if you love something something, then you should do it. And you should not be content watching other people live their lives and enjoy their lives. I want to talk about languages. I want to talk about writing. I want to talk about reading, and I want to talk about YouTube and whatever else I learned along the way. But I just want to like document my life, document the things that I enjoy doing, and share it with you all, and encourage you guys to do the same. I just want my channel to be like that place, and also a place where we can just chat and like relate to maybe the hobbies that we have, or like the topics that we want to talk about. I just love the idea of like-minded people coming together and like chatting about it and knowing each other, even if it's just a surface level way. Like if somebody comments twice, I will recognize you. I will be like, oh, I remember you, girl. Like, and I get excited when I get to see another comment from you all. So yeah, that is pretty much the direction that I want my channel to be in. That is something that I learned, and I'm excited to continue doing that. So let me change the battery of my camera because she's about to die, and then let's talk about the next section. Okay, so now I want to talk about the focuses that I talked about last year. Maybe talk about how I feel like I did with that, and then talk about my new focus for this year. Last year I said that I wanted to not stop making videos, which I can say I checked that off. She's still here. And then I said I wanted to know my why, which I feel like I know. I also said that I wanted to focus on my thumbnails and editing. I feel like I did a good job. I'll compare last year's thumbnails to this year's. I don't think it's as drastic of a change as my first year to my second year thumbnails, but I do think that I did a good job still. And editing, I feel like I have also been like doing things here and there to like make it more enjoyable to watch. I know that I talked about making a thumbnail video last year. I'm pretty sure I did, because in last year's video I got a lot of comments asking for that, and I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. And I've tried filming it. I attempted to make it, but the thing is, I feel like I need to just get over it. I feel like every so often I'll do something new with my thumbnail, and I'm like, I need to like refilm my thumbnail video because I want to add how to do this thing and that thing, and I'm like, I don't need to have an all-encompassing exhaustive list of every little thing that I know how to do. I should just like film it and like post it. So in 2025, y'all, I will finally post how I make my thumbnails, because it's really not that hard, and I do everything for free. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I'll get there. I will do it. And so this year's focus, I already talked about. I want to just make content focusing on doing what you love and living your life to the fullest, and not relying on watching other people living their lives to feel like content with yourself. So whether it's learning a language, writing a book, starting that YouTube channel, y'all should just do it. Stop watching videos about how to do that thing and just do that thing. Duh. Okay, so now we can talk about superlatives, which I love doing. Every year I do some superlatives, talk about my favorite videos, least favorite videos, spill the tea on my thoughts regarding my performance and all that. So yeah, and also disclaimer, a lot of them have like 2 answers because I just cannot pick. So anyways, starting off with the best performing video. That was my what's on my iPhone video. I think it has like 4,700 views or something like that. Yeah, that was my best performing video. And honestly, I just think it's because what's on my iPhone videos always do pretty well, even to this day, which is very interesting because it's very like old YouTube type videos. But I love watching them still, and I like filming them. So I feel like I'm gonna just do them every year because they're fun to do and y'all like them and they perform well. So life hack, if it's in your niche or whatever, do a what's on your iPhone video because people love those. Now for my worst performing video, it was my May monthly reset, which I don't even know how many views it got. Maybe like 80 something. Yeah, I don't know. And that just goes to show that like some of my resets were flopping, some were doing well, and it sucks because I really like thumbnail on that video. Yeah, I should do more thumbnails with like the text going down the back. I think that was kind of cool. Then my least favorite video I said was my August monthly reset, just because there was never a September monthly reset. August was my last one that I did. I don't even know what I said. I don't even know what's in that video. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but yeah, I just put that down because after that video I was like, I need to stop. I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. I was also in the process of moving. Everything was just being too hectic. I did not want to make goals when I'm in the middle of moving. A lot of times when I wrote my goals, I would even forget about them, and I felt like I was only doing it for y'all. Like I was like making these goals so I have like a video to post, and if I'm not doing it fully for me, then I don't need to be doing it. So there's the tea on that. Then a video that I believe deserves more love, I'm gonna say my ACOTAR reading vlog. One, because it took months to film, just because, well, not in a dramatic way, just these books are thick, y'all. Like these books are thick. And then also I read some books in between, and also the first book was really slow for me, and then this blue one put me in a slump. So yeah, but also I think like it was still really fun. I love talking about books. I think it only has like 100 something views currently, and I love the thumbnail. I feel like I snapped on that that thumbnail. And also, if you look closely, you can see that my ears are like little fairy ears and pointed. And yeah, I just think that that deserves more love. And then video that took the most time, I'm also gonna say the ACOTAR reading vlog because it took months. And also like sometimes it's hard to shift through like your footage because I filmed a lot of videos in between that reading vlog. So sometimes I get nervous like, oh, am I gonna delete footage from that reading vlog? And like trying to find all the footage can take a long time. And like editing, it didn't take all that much, but I'm just gonna say ACOTAR. Yeah, ACOTAR reading vlog. And that's also why I feel like y'all should watch it more because it took some time. So make me happy, you know? Video that makes me laugh. I'm gonna say the Chestnut Springs review and then also my bride reading vlog that I just posted. Hopefully, I'm currently editing it. But yeah, those ones made me laugh just because y'all, if you wanna like see me like unfiltered, watch my reading vlogs because I do not hold back. If I'm talking about a book, I will tear it apart. I will build it up. I just don't hold back on my thoughts when it comes to these reading vlogs. And like, I just laugh even when I'm editing it. I'm like, girl, why'd you say that? But I'll keep it in because I think it's funny and it makes me feel like I'm literally talking to my friends when I get to just talk about a book. It's like a book club. So yeah, video that made me laugh, it's those reading vlogs. And also I really did not do very many this year, which I am not happy about. And I think it's also because I now am writing. So like the time that I used to do for reading, I'm now writing. So by default, I'm not making many reading vlogs, but I want to like do more because they're so freaking fun, dude. Like I love reading vlogs. Anyways, yeah, those are the videos that made me laugh. Okay, and then my favorite thumbnail, I'm gonna say, I don't know if this counts, but I'm gonna count it. I'm gonna say my 2 years on YouTube video. That one snapped because I did something different and I think I'm gonna use that similar format for this video's thumbnail. I just really liked what I did there. And then I also really like my bride thumbnail that I think is gonna be the thumbnail because again, I'm currently working on the thumbnail. It was using an interesting perspective. Like y'all were in a tree. I put my camera in a tree and put a picnic blanket down. So that's how I captured that. And I just really love those two thumbnails because I feel like it's like very unique and not like my typical ones. Though I do really love my collages. Like if I don't know what to do for a thumbnail, a collage is always my go-to. I love my collages. And then my favorite video, I'm gonna say two. So the first one would be my 2 years on YouTube video just because I feel like it helped a lot of people based on the response that I got from it. And then also the thumbnail, it was really nice. The content was really nice. And just like my pure joy of like being excited about my growth, being excited about my channel. I just had a lot of fun with that video. So I'm gonna say that. And then my second one was the collab I did with Brielle because homegirl came to Florida and we filmed some videos. We did a live stream and we filmed a video about hobbies and passions and it was just so fun. It was the first collaboration I've ever done. Like just sitting and chatting with a friend is like really fun. So I would say that one is also one of my favorites. Okay, so now goals for my channel. The first one, rebrand, rebrand, rebrand. I have not touched my picture, my profile picture, or my banner since I started. I think I just changed it when I was doing my first year on YouTube video. And like, y'all, I need a rebrand. It's not even funny. So that is something that is a huge priority for me in the next year. I want it to reflect my channel and I want you to like, even before watching a video, it says on the banner like what you're coming in for. So I would say that. And then also I would say another goal is to post more what I feel like posting in the moment rather than trying to worry about like balance of posting between all my hobbies. Because as I was coming to this conclusion of what I want my channel to be about, I was sometimes like worrying, and sometimes I do still worry. I'm like, oh, like I haven't made a language video in a while. I want my language people to like see a video. Like I don't want to neglect them. But like if I'm just so passionate about like reading right now, then let me just post my reading video. Like I felt like I was too worried about like forcing to post about a certain niche and topic or whatever just to appease y'all and also like to have more equality between all my hobbies. But like this channel ain't about equality in that way. Like it's about me. It's about what I want to post. And so I don't want to worry about that. I don't want to be like, oh, I haven't posted that kind of video in a minute. Let me do that. Like, no, if I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. If those types of viewers leave, then they leave. And that's the whole reason why I didn't want to like niche down, because I didn't want to feel like I would be disappointing people if I don't talk about that thing anymore. And I would like to have audiences where it's like they just vibe with me on all aspects. And even if they're not interested in what I'm talking about, if they're just like here for a good time, then I would love you to stay. So yeah, I don't want to have to worry about that anymore. Also, something that I would love to shout myself out for is that like the last few years, I remember talking a lot about like analytics and like be wearing of the YouTube Studio app. And to be honest, this year I have not really felt that. I've been checking like daily, but like I don't like dwell on it. I don't like refresh like crazy. I don't get anxious. It's weird because surprisingly, I get more anxious when a video is doing really well. I don't know why that is. Like currently, I just posted a video and it was outlining the heck out of my novel and opening up about writing or something. On your YouTube Studio app, it will show like how it's performing out of the last 10 videos. And currently it's performing way more than my other ones. And for whatever reason, that gives me anxiety. I don't know if it's because I get worried in case something goes viral and I can't handle that, y'all. Like that gives me anxiety. And so like when a video is doing well, I get anxious. But anyways, yeah, I don't look at my YouTube Studio app the way that I did before. And maybe it's just because I was more focused on other things. I am so fulfilled in hobbies right now. And like YouTube is still a huge hobby of mine. But I think compared to last year, I have more now. I have other things that I am interested in. And it's not an end all be all for me if a video doesn't do well. I post and I keep it pushing for the most part. So yeah, I just wanted to like shout myself out for that because it can be a lot. It can be hard. Though, you know, it takes a lot of work because I could very easily slip right back into that. But yeah. If you guys would like more videos like these, let me know. And also, I think I alluded to this earlier. I did a live stream with Brielle a couple months ago. We did a small YouTuber support live stream. And it's like a support group where we just talk about anything and everything and spill the tea and share insights. And if you guys would like another one of that, I will be sure to ask her if she would like to host one with me and we could do that. Or if you would like me to just make more sit down videos, I can do that businessy video I was talking about and share everything that I know. Because it'd be hard out here in these streets, and I really like how people are becoming way more transparent with the business side of YouTube, because I feel like for a long time people were like under the impression that like you could not make money from this, and I think that it builds sometimes some distrust between audiences because I feel like they're being sold to, or I don't know, they just don't know what's kind of going on, and like maybe they think they're getting taken advantage of. And I will tell you exactly how I'm taking advantage of you. I'm just kidding. It's not taking advantage. It's literally just a business like every other thing. So if you guys would like to know that, let me know. I feel like I'm forgetting something, so hopefully I'm not. But I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for all of the 1,818 of you who have subscribed. And I am so excited for the next year. I'm excited to see where I am in year 4, which sounds crazy. And I just wanted to let you all know, if you are a small YouTuber, don't give up. Do not stop with consistency. If you are having growth like mine, or even slower growth, do not. If anything, you need to keep it going because you never know what is on the other side of one more video. And I've seen so many people talk about how they have been on YouTube for years before they got to become full-time or reach whatever goal that they wanted. And there can be a lot of like highs and lows and like emotional mind games going on sometimes with the algorithm or analytics and whatnot, but you need to be very firm and believe in yourself, be determined, and not rely on numbers in order to keep going. Because if that's what you're doing, then you are not at the right place. I am sorry to say, especially because nothing is guaranteed. You can gain a subscriber. Like here's a little story. Here's a little story that is kind of funny. But when I hit my first 1,000 subscribers, it was sometime in February. I remember once I hit it, it was like in a day or two, I lost like 10 subscribers. I've never lost that many subscribers in like such a short amount of time. And I was anxious a little bit, not because like I didn't think I was gonna get back to 1,000, but just because like it can get to you. It's like, oh, I'm so happy, yay. Then why did I just lose like 10 subscribers so suddenly? And of course, like subscribers come back, right? I'm way past that point now, but putting too much meaning behind numbers can really mess you up. And I think that's also important. In that situation, I still had 990 subscribers. Like I had 990 people, which I feel like in this industry, people forget that these subscribers and followers are actual living human beings. So we just see the numbers and we're like, oh, I just need the number to go up. But like that's kind of wild. Like I feel like, okay, now I'm going on a whole nother section. This section is going to be called reality check, because I remember, right, when I first started, I had like 1 subscriber, right? Like my first subscriber was my sister. And I remember when I first got my first subscriber other than my sister, I saw the name pop up and her name was Tina. And I was like, oh my God, Tina. First of all, Tina, if you're watching this, let me know. You're probably not, because I think you unsubscribed. But anyways, I remember being so excited because I was like, there's a living, breathing Tina out there who literally subscribed to my channel and I have no idea who she is. And I am so excited. Like she watched me and she was like, I like this girl. And I think in an industry where we see like hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers on people's channels, we lose the meaning of a subscriber. Like if you have 5 subscribers, y'all, 5 whole people like you enough to subscribe. if you have 20, 30, 100, do you guys know how many people 100 is? You will never see me standing in front of 100 people, let alone 100 people that like me and that I like back. But anyways, it's a real person. And I feel like we just get so like caught up in the number that you forget what that number represents. It's something that I hope I never, ever, ever forget, because I feel like it's very easy to just not see them that way because we're just used to seeing big numbers. But when you humanize the subscribers, then it means so much. In that when you lose a subscriber, it's like, well, look how much I still have. Like, be grateful for what you do have. Don't be sad of the one person that said they want to unsubscribe and forget about the 999 people who want to watch you, or the 10 people who want to watch you, the 100 people who want to watch you. Social media can be so fake and it can be so like mind-numbing. Like, you can see the things that people get canceled for because they literally just forget about reality and they don't remember that like this is not a game, like this is real life with real people in it. And so if there's one piece of advice that I can give you, is that don't get into that like headspace where you're like just trying to reach the next goal and the next goal and the next goal. I feel like it sets yourself up for like being ungrateful and dehumanizing what a subscriber means. And I feel like that's probably the biggest thing that's helped me like continue with posting, beyond just I really love it, but also like I think because this year I wasn't so caught up in the analytics is because I was so aware of how many people are watching me. Like 1,800 is a lot of freaking people. So yeah. I hope this was a helpful video for you guys. I really enjoyed talking. I will be sure to do more of these if that's something that you would like. And I hope that you guys never lose sight of your goals. Never let anyone else's accomplishments devalue your own. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. And I wish you all the success with YouTube if you have a channel. If you made it this far, comment the sparkle emoji because that is my favorite emoji. And I will see you guys in the next video and for my 4-year on YouTube anniversary next year. So yeah, thank you. Bye.